So it's fall out and the colors are popping. Leaves are just absolutely gorgeous at this time of year, and so obviously, like everyone that has a camera, this is the time of year when it's getting put to use pretty much on a daily basis. And I have to admit that this year, probably more than ever, I have actually been still using my iPhone 16 Pro Max more often as my sort of daily driver, everyday carry camera. The photographic images that come out of that phone are pretty good, and I love the fact that you have a assortment of focal ranges that you can use when you're composing your images. So I have been using my iPhone 16 Pro Max quite a bit for photography during this autumn of 2025. But when I do grab a camera, which is fairly frequently these days, I'm grabbing the Sony RX1. And as some of you may have seen earlier in the spring, I did a video about the RX1 and how I was using it during the cherry blossom season. And now that we're into fall, I find myself again grabbing the RX1 to run out and take photos of these beautiful, gorgeous leaves in transition. This year has been quite a great year for the turning of the leaves, and we haven't had a massive windstorm yet that usually knocks out a lot of the leaves before they've fully transitioned and gone through their colorful stages. So we've had quite a long autumn season, and I'm enjoying it a lot. It's very inspiring to go out and shoot photos of these beautiful trees, and even though the weather has been kind of dour and a little bit cold and somewhat rainy, everything just seems to pop. And I think also with the cloud cover and the dark clouds, there's like a lot of contrast in the sky, some little windows of blue, but a lot of contrast in the sky and a lot of color and texture in the foreground, with this great sky as a background as well. So great days for photography, and I am loving the RX1. So I've talked about it a few times on my channel. This is my Sony RX1, which is the original model. It's not even the RX1R, which was released shortly after the original RX1. This is the OG, the original. And as you can see on it here, I have the EVF that pops into the hot shoe. Great little addition to the camera. It's actually a bit of a costly addition. It doesn't come inexpensively, and I think I paid a couple $100 for just the EVF, maybe 175, something like that. All in, I'm into this camera for roughly 1,000 Canadian dollars. I think I paid about $150 for, or sorry, I think I paid about $850 Canadian for the camera body, and then I bought the EVF, and that cost me another 150, 175. So I'm just over 1,000 Canadian, which is roughly 700 US dollars for this fantastic full frame camera with a beautiful Zeiss f2 lens. Just a great combo. It's an oldie but a goodie, and sort of a bedrock of my collection of cameras. I really feel like this is one of the keepers for sure. As long as it's ticking, I'm going to be using it. So what I love about this original version of the camera, and I'm not really sure all the features of the RX1 Mark II and now the RX1 Mark III, but what I love about this one is, even though the EVF is a little bit kind of goofy because it sticks out on top, I do love the fact that you can do 90 degrees with it, which is much more like a waist level finder. That's a great little addition to a viewfinder. In fact, I really want to buy the for the Sigma FP. I would love to buy the finder. Those finders are very expensive. Looking for one that's relatively inexpensive to add to my FP, because it also has the ability to swivel up at 90 degrees, which is great. Another really great feature I love about the RX1, the original, is that it has that little pop-up flash. And I think in the RX2, the RX1 Mark II and the RX1 Mark III, I believe that little pop-up is used as an EVF. And I'm not sure that there is a pop-up flash on the newer versions. What I love about having the built-in little flash, which can seem a little bit gimmicky, what I like about it is that with the leaf shutter lens, which these cameras have, along with the Fuji X100 series, which I've had the X100S and the X100F, both of them have a built-in flash. And the Ricoh GR1 and GR2 had the built-in flash. GR3 does not have the flash. And what I love about having a little built-in flash on these little walk-around cameras with leaf shutter lenses is that you can put your shutter speed up to like a very high level, often as high as 4,000th of a second. So you can really crush your ambient light, and you can use that little flash to do a little bit of a fill pop on your subject. So for example, if you have a backlit scene and you're shooting a subject that's in front of you with the sun behind them, typically that will underexpose the face. You can, so even if you're crushing and kind of exposing for that background light with that really high shutter speed on the leaf shutter lens, well, actually, not as high as you would get on a focal plane shutter, but you can flash sync at all speeds. So if you're doing the 1/4000th of a second or 1/2000th of a second, depending on your aperture for these cameras, it slightly varies. You can use that little fill flash to just give a little pop of light onto your subject, fill in the features of the face at the same time as exposing well for your background. So an absolute game changer for lifestyle photography, walk-around photography, street photography, all those types of photography that these type of cameras really thrive in. And yeah, so that is what I've been grabbing during this autumn season to take to take photos, still photos outside as I walk around, take the dog for a walk. What are you using these days? I mean, I love the fall, I love the spring, but the fall is sort of my favorite season. The colors are just amazing. What are you using as you walk around and take photos in your everyday life, your documentary style photography? Are you using your smartphone, your iPhone, your Android phone more and more these days, or are you still grabbing your dedicated stills camera and going out and getting photos with that? And if so, is it an RX1? Is it an RX1 Mark II or a Mark III? I'd love to hear in your comments below. I just had a comment the other day from someone that had just picked up a Sony RX1 Mark III and was loving it. Another comment from someone that had just picked up an older RX1 Mark II and was really loving that as a great walk-around camera. So all of these cameras, I mean, you're going up in price as you get into the more modern versions. For me, I'm into this one for, say, like roughly 700 Canadian dollars. I'm happy, or sorry, 700 US dollars. I'm very happy with the images that come out of it. I don't really see a need to upgrade for myself personally. Mind you, I own a lot of different cameras, and having less expensive OG versions of these cameras allows me to have more of them and enjoy the different features that each of them offer. But yeah, put in the comments below what you think about these Sony RX1 cameras. What are you using these days for your walk around? Also, please, if you haven't yet, can you please like the video and subscribe if you like these types of videos. I'm really trying to grow the channel. This year I've done a little bit better in terms of the frequency of videos, and I really want to continue that into 2026 and really step up my YouTube game, start to produce better content. So yeah, liking, subscribing, me seeing those metrics helps me to motivate me to do the videos, and then it also helps the algorithm to see and expand my reach into other viewers. So thanks again. Have a great day. Thanks for stopping by, and we'll see you on the next one.